Oh man, not again. You just gotta send it Supercross, bro. So, got us another track review on MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore. Had so much fun on that last one, I thought, why the hell not? Let's just come in here and do another one. So, this is Send It Supercross, made by Is Ki. I don't really know how to say your name. Some like letters and shit. Either way, if you look this dude up on the, or if you look at the tracks on the Steam Workshop, it's like the second track on the list. You should be able to see it there. So, yeah, either way, see what we got here. Am I even going the right way? I don't know. This dude said this was his first track ever. I'm definitely, maybe, I don't even know. Still don't know if I'm going the right way. What the? This is pretty confusing. Definitely looks like it could go that way too. All these jumps, like, you easily could have went either direction. So if this is this dude's first track ever, apparently that track editor is not that hard to use. Or something. Let's see. This feels more like the right way. Now we're getting that mojo going, Doug. That's pretty cool. You can kind of make like, this is like a very, very similar to a standard MX versus ATV Supercross track, you know, that you would have gotten back in MX versus ATV Supercross itself. Do I go here? Do I go there? The world may never know. Okay, over here. So, check it out, Doug. Finally got the 4 fatty fully clapped out here. I've got some space vibes. We got the spaceman helmet on the silver UFO spacecraft right here. Okay, so that's what we're rocking. Okay, a little sand action, a little different sand decal. Okay, this is really making me want to go in there and look at the track editor now. Like, really bad. Okay, now I see what you do right there. Alright. Got a double whoop dragon's back. Let's just willy that shit. So, yeah, not a bad little track here. Kind of fun. Kind of jumpy. Kind of got some cool, like, bigger berm corners. This section right here is a little I don't know what that is. It's like two on-offs, but they're insanely like close together, or not close together, but insanely short on-offs, like the actual tabletop part of it. I don't know. It's really bizarre. Yeah, it's free ride. I should be able to just go over there. Come on, Spencer boy. Yeah, look at this shit. So, okay, let me get over here real quick. I'll show it to you again. Just a little bizarre of a section. So you jump, and it's like, what is this? This is supposed to be like an on-off, but it's literally like, oh my god, that's insane. I don't even know what that is. Like crazy dug down tabletop on-offs. I've never seen anything quite like that before. Definitely unique for sure. He's got some like bigger, he's basically got like some MX versus ATV Unleashed, like dual berm corners, dual humongous berm corners, right? So you've got like a giant berm on the inside and then a giant berm on the outside. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of little jumps right there. Okay. Jumping like about 25 jumps into that. Whoa. Alrighty then, a little loop out action. Okay. So, yeah, I wonder how much of the track editor has, like, you know, the Unleashed on PC track editor has where you can paint down. Well, I say paint down. You're kind of like, you know, you're kind of using like a certain tool that can sort of paint down or paste down a certain, like, pre-made type jump piece, but you can obviously size it. I don't mean like pre-made like a milestone jump piece, but, you know, it's like a kind of a pre-made Photoshop type, you know, shape, and you're kind of painting it down at whatever level you want to, whatever size you want to. Wonder if it's kind of got that on this track editor like it does with the Unleashed track editor. I don't know. I'm going to have to like go in there and look at that and make a video on it or something. Be kind of cool. Be kind of cool shit. So yeah, got all the 450 modded out, unlocked. And yeah, so this game's whip system is definitely interesting. You know, MX versus ATV Alive's whip system is obviously better than this, right? And I've been saying that forever. But it's kind of weird because, like, the ground physics of this is almost identical to Alive, but it's like for some reason it's just like a more restricted air whip physics than Alive. Like, Alive was quite a bit more free of a whip system. I'm not saying Alive was like super free or anything, right? But once you got to level 50 on Alive and the scrub talent or whatever the hell that thing was, and the upgraded bikes and everything on Alive, you could definitely whip more in that game than you can this game. So it's a little bizarre as to why it's so much more restrictive in these games, but yet the ground physics feel so similar in this game to Alive. To me personally, like, it almost feels identical ground physics wise, but the air physics are just worse in this game for some reason. I don't know, but this game literally has double the content of Alive. It's got like all the tracks that Alive has in it, but plus all the tracks that MX vs. ATV Supercross had in it, and all the DLC and everything. So definitely more track content in this game if you compare the worst whip air physics. But yeah, it's just weird how that would even happen. How would that even happen? You go from Alive to MX vs. ATV Supercross, and the whips just become like 5 times more restricted. And then you get Supercross Encore that takes half of the tracks from Alive and still has a super restricted whip system. Why didn't it just take the whip system? Why didn't you just put the exact physics of Alive into Supercross Encore and call it good? Like, why? Why not? Or, I don't know, maybe just put the exact same physics of Reflex into any of these MX versus ATV games instead of what you have done. I mean, obviously with All Out, they're kind of getting more on a, free vibe and stuff like that, but free whip vibe and stuff. But, like, especially in the Alive MX vs. ATV Supercross, MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore era, they 100% would have been better off just literally throwing in reflex physics directly into this, but apparently that's not possible, or they couldn't have done that. I don't know, but they definitely would have been better off. But at the bare minimum, they should have at least put the Alive physics into MX vs. ATV Supercross and Supercross Encore. Like, I don't know, I'm a little confused on that. But as far as this track goes, yeah, it basically could have been in the base version of MX vs. ATV Supercross. Quite a bit of skill gap. I mean, yeah, it is a little weird looking at, like, big-ass inside, outdated, old-school motocross game berms and shit, but at the same time, like, I think that's cool to have a Supercross track with something different like that, too. Like, big-ass inside berms, and he's got kind of these weird little super short on-off tabletop vibe sections and a lot of interesting, like, tons of little jumps in some areas. Kind of gives you a little bit of a multi-line option right there. Kind of a raised, turning, naturalistic sand section, elevated type sand section, quad. So definitely some unique points here. But, yeah, like I said, this is my first ever actual custom Supercross track to review in this game. So until I, kind of look at a few more, I'm not really going to know what to compare it to or base it off of exactly. But overall, not a like bad track by any means. So yeah, can you actually? It'd be hard to hook up over that shit. But yeah. So overall, I'm gonna give this thing like I don't know, 7, 8, 9. Shit, I don't know, something like that. And difficulty, it's just hard to gauge because this game doesn't really. I mean, it's almost like, yeah, that quad right there can be a little difficult if you don't get the right momentum, but, like, this game is just all about momentum. So if you have the momentum and you seat bounce, like, you're going to be able to hit the jump. There's not a whole lot of, like, physics variables that happen between going through the corner to the jump face to jumping the jump. It's very, very kind of simplistic and basic skill gap when it comes to that on these like MX vs. ATV Supercross and MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore. Whereas like with Reflex or MX Simulator, any of those games, there's a lot more variables in the sense of like you can micro slide out and you don't quite have the momentum, and there's so much more of a inertia to those games. So, you know, there's so much more of a chance for like little bitty micro slide outs or micro differences when you come off the jump face, versus this is just like very, very, very predictable on what the bike is doing in this game. So yeah, it kind of, I don't even know what like a hard track would be in this game. I don't even know. I guess you could say this is like medium difficulty, I guess, but I don't even really know. But yeah, either way, I'm having fun checking out some new custom tracks for a, you know, completely different game here. So yeah, that quad right there, I mean, yeah, you do have to huck it, but you do have to send it a little bit. This is called Send It Supercross. I don't know if it's like crazy, like, oh, bro, send it on that quad 7 quad. I don't really know if it's like to that level. It kind of just feels like a normal Supercross track to me, to be honest, for a arcade motocross game, right? Like, yeah, there's a quad right here, but it ain't like Mac Daddy Fatty, you know, 150-foot quad or anything. So I don't really know where the, you know, I don't really see the correlation of the name of the track and the on track as much, I guess. Seems more just like a standard MX vs. ATV Supercross track to me, right? But either way, not a bad track though, bro. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Don't forget, any of you guys that send me a donation, I actually read your message off in a video. And I do have a top 10 list and a top 1 monthly that I'm going to start doing a lot more things for. I'm going to start putting you guys in some of the videos, like the top donators and stuff like that. So, but I'll just like to remind you guys that I do actually read off your message that you leave in the donation as well. So if you got any specific questions you want to ask me or whatever, I will answer that the best I can, man. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.